Look who was just found dead after exposing massive scandal from Podesta. Over the last year, the news was riddled with the WikiLeaks Podesta emails that revealed one of the most explosive scandals in Washington, D.C., called Pizzagate. The email posted online depicted a shocking underworld of pedophilia and murder that stunned the country. Of course, the mainstream media did their best to sweep this horrific story under the rug, but thankfully, there have been good citizens who won't let it be forgotten. Internet sleuths around the world have dug into these emails and found a connection between the Podesta brothers and the cold case kidnapping of Madeleine McCann that occurred a decade ago. Well, not only have internet investigators discovered the link between McCann and the Podesta brothers, but so did the detective who had been working on her abduction case, and apparently he was getting too close since he was just found dead. Over 10 years ago, the world was shocked by the disappearance of three-year-old Madeleine McCann. To lose a child and every parent's worst nightmare. And all these years later, Kate and Jerry McCann have received no reprieve from the horror they live every day, not knowing what happened to little Madeleine. Just in case you forgot about this tragic story, here's a brief rundown for you. On May 3rd, 2007, Madeleine McCann was abducted from her bed at a holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, a resort in the Algarve region of Portugal. Her disappearance has been a mystery, but now with the Pizzagate scandal breaking last year, there have been new leads that point right to Hillary Clinton's campaign manager John Podesta and his brother Tony. After all these years, there are still no definitive answers about what happened while the family was on vacation at a resort in Portugal, but after the parents became fed up with how slowly the investigation was going, Kate and Jerry McCann handpicked a team of former MI5 agents to find answers, and that's when things began to take a strange turn. The McCanns hired Kevin Halligan to lead the investigation, who presented himself as a cloak and dagger type of spy. Halligan was used to working on tough cases and was definitely up for the challenge. Halligan stumbled on a lead that linked John and Tony Podesta thanks to e-fit sketch that looked very much like the brothers. Now, over 10 years since the murder, Kevin Halligan has been found dead at a mansion in Surrey, England, and police are launching an investigation into his mysterious death. Of course, the mainstream media will try to paint Halligan's death as a mere coincidence, but that assumption would be false considering the amount of damaging information he had on the Podesta brothers. Halligan worked in the D.C. area for Oakley International, an intelligence operation that considered the Podesta group to be an enemy. And that is when things get interesting. Here's more from your newswire. Oakley International was based out of 2550 M Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. The address is also the office of Patton Boggs, Washington's most politically connected law firm and lobbyist organization. When Halligan first moved to D.C. in 2005, he hired Patton Boggs to help set up his new business. Through his close connections with Patton Boggs, Kevin Halligan was more than familiar with the Podesta group. They are closely connected. Tony Podesta has gone on record on multiple occasions praising Tommy Boggs for Patton Boggs. He's a brilliant guy who invented what a lot of us do. Nick Allard, Patton Boggs' co-chairman, also returns the praise for Tony Podesta. Tony and his group are the right people at the right time in the right place. Tom Boggs invented the lawyer lobbyist model, and Tony perfected it. They are probably the two giants of the modern practice. There is no one else in the same zip code. So, there's no question Halligan knew about the Podestas and their reputation. Why did he link them to Madeleine McCann's disappearance in Portugal? What dirt did Halligan have on the two powerful Democratic operatives? Why did Kevin Halligan, hired by the McCanns to investigate their daughter's disappearance, produce e-fits closely resembling, beyond reasonable doubt, his client's Patton Boggs' biggest rival? Who persuaded and why Jerry and Kate McCann to put their faith in a random Washington, D.C. based private detective and pay him $500,000 after he reached out to them telling them he could find their daughter? These are all excellent questions that should be answered, but sadly, with Halligan dead, we may never know. This whole thing stinks to high heavens, and Kevin Halligan's death seems very suspicious considering the information that he had about Madeleine McCann's death. The Podesta brothers are very powerful men, and they will do whatever it takes to stay out of prison and protect the Clinton clan. While there is no definitive proof that the Podestas were involved, there is more than enough evidence to link them to the area. In the Podesta emails, there were several emails deleted that occurred during the time frame that Madeleine went missing. Is it possible that Halligan found these deleted emails and was able to link the brothers once and for all? But it says here, first email from WikiLeaks, John Podesta. Maybe. With all this information, it only makes sense why people are questioning the death of Halligan, and rightfully so. It is quite possible that Halligan got too close to the truth and paid the ultimate sacrifice for asking too many questions. Now it is up to the rest of us to keep pushing for answers, since Madeleine McCann's life deserves that. Be sure to follow on Veterans AF on Facebook for the latest bold, Eagle-approved news. But it says here, WikiLeaks. Who would know that they erased them? Well, it seems like Podesta's erased it. And look at the sketch. Yeah, he got too close. Look at the sketches, for example. Who does that look like? You see what I'm saying? So obvious. So obvious. And you see the connections. They're not picked up automatically. I mean, it is scary. It is scary. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.